In my last video, I told you guys about cryptos that were likely to pump this week. Since then, we've seen Luna, Polkadot, and Axie Infinity gain more than 20% in 1 week, with Axie Infinity gaining as much as 50% in just 1 week. If you're a subscriber to the channel and you traded that or added more to your long-term bags, then your portfolio should be looking pretty. But now there's something very important happening in Bitcoin's chart. Let's take a look at that, and let's take a look at Luna to get our next price targets. Okay, now it is time to find order out of the chaos and make life-changing wealth. But before looking at the chart for Bitcoin and Luna, let's take a look at the market sentiment to see whether we are being a bunch of greedy degenerates or being a bunch of sissies. In terms of market sentiment, the Fear and Greed Index shows that we are currently sitting at 54, and that is neutral on the Fear and Greed Index scale, right? But just yesterday and a week before, we were pretty much fearful. In the chart over here in the bottom, we have the Fear and Greed Index for the past 3 months. In the month of July, we see that fear bottomed out, and we started getting greedy in the month of August. Then again, fear bottomed out in September, and at the moment, it looks like we are starting a new cycle of greed. When people are being fearful and being indecisive or sitting in neutral, that's when we want to be buying, because that's when we could get assets for cheap. But now let's take a look at the very important move that I see happening in Bitcoin's chart. We are looking at the daily price chart for Bitcoin at the moment. And if you're a subscriber to the channel, then you know that I've been tracking Bitcoin's price action in this descending wedge pattern, right? So this descending wedge pattern over here that I've drawn out is usually a bullish indicator, and it predicts with a high probability that price will push up, right? And just as expected, the price broke out of the descending wedge pattern, and now it's pushing higher, right? It broke out with relatively medium to high volume, I would say. But I have my price target for this breakout. So my price target for this breakout is sitting at about $54,000, right? And this is in confluence with the 61.8 on the Fibonacci trend-based fib extension, right? So I have my fib extension drawn from this low to this high, and then back to the retracement, right? And then so my price target for this breakout is in confluence with the 61.8 on the Fibonacci. But let's bring up the VPVR. So let me bring up the VPVR, and with the VPVR on the chart now, we can see that if Bitcoin manages to reach $54,000 right over here, then Bitcoin will still have some resistance levels and a good amount of volume over here to break through, right? So let me zoom out, and we can see that there's a lot of there will still be some resistance over here for Bitcoin to break through to get back to the all-time high, right? So I have two price targets for Bitcoin in the short term and medium term. In the short term, I expect Bitcoin to go hit $50,000. In the medium term or midterm, I expect Bitcoin to go hit $54,000. If Bitcoin hits $54,000, which is my breakout price target, then Bitcoin will probably push higher, and it will probably also push through that resistance zone sitting about $54,000. And if Bitcoin passes that, then Bitcoin will take off. No migos. Now let's look at the price target for Luna. We are looking at the daily chart for Luna, and from the chart we see that Luna is currently trading in this symmetrical triangle pattern, right? So this symmetrical triangle pattern that I'm drawing out is usually a bullish indicator. I mean, if we are in an uptrend, it's a continuation pattern, right? So since we are in an uptrend, it will be considered bullish. So I expect Luna to continue this uptrend, but there's a caveat, right? There's a caveat. I'll let you guys know about the caveat later on. But at the moment, my price target for Luna is a bullish price target, and I have my price target, my breakout price target, sitting at about $60, right? That is not in confluence with anything at all, right? Because Luna will be entering into virgin lands, right? Luna has not passed $45 before. So Luna will be getting into virgin lands or new territory or forming new highs, whatever you want to call it. So that is my breakout price target at $60. But I also have another price target, which is at the 61.8 on the Fibonacci. So this price target, I'm just ripping it off the Fibonacci extension, right? the 61.8 Fibonacci extension. So my short-term price target for Luna is $48 and my midterm price target for Luna is $60, right? And although I expect Luna to easily hit this price target, there's a caveat like I was talking about, right? So Luna is tied to UST or Terra USD. So Luna is algorithmically bought and sold to stabilize UST, right? And also Luna is an altcoin, as we already know, right? So it will be influenced by the price of Bitcoin or the price action of Bitcoin as well. So take these price targets with a grain of salt. All right, make sure to help a brother out. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. My name is Seth and I make money videos. So if making money is something that you are interested in, make sure to definitely hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications.